This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
So this week on Addicted, we are headed back to Deer Meadows Outfitters in Nebraska.
Hey, I'm Scott. This is Tuff.
Tuff was finally going on his first mule deer hunt ever.
The only thing I know about hunting muleys is that we're probably going to be doing some crawling in the sand.
He disappeared over the hill. If you set it right here, you can see everything. Okay, Tuff, up here. They're putting a big stalk on it.
Addicted to the Outdoors with Tuff, Raven, and Gunner.
Hey, don't forget about us.
And John and Gina Brunson. A new addiction starts now.
So this week on Addicted, we are headed back to Deer Meadows Outfitters in Nebraska. This will be our 18th year hunting with these guys, which I think makes them kind of family. You know, Gina and I have taken a lot of nice bucks over the years out there. Recently, we started taking our kids out there. A couple of years ago, we took Raven out there to shoot her first mule deer ever, and she made an awesome stalk, made an awesome shot with a crossbow, and shot a beautiful 155-inch mule deer, which was a great deer, but a phenomenal first mule deer. So, you know, for those of you who follow us, you know there's definitely been this little rivalry between our kids and deer, especially the twins. It started out with whitetails and really battled for a few years, and now they're starting to branch out and, you know, they're wanting to do some other species. So, of course, with Raven going out to Deer Meadows and shooting, you know, 155-inch deer, Tuff is now wanting to go to Deer Meadows. So, you know, the name of the game is to go out there, have a good time, and shoot Tuff his first mule deer. But of course, you know, Tuff's main goal is not only to shoot a mule deer, but it's to shoot one bigger than his sister.
Here we go again, another year, another competition between me and Tuff on who's got the biggest buck. He's gonna have to try hard to beat my muley though.
We're finally gonna beat Scotty and all of them. This is like our 18th year hunting with them.
I'm really excited for this trip because I've heard so many good things about Deer Meadows Outfitters, and I've seen all the episodes from when Mom and Dad went. Plus, it'll be my first time mule deer hunting, which is pretty exciting.
I was so excited. Tuff was finally going on his first mule deer hunt ever. But another thing that I was really looking forward to was him finally getting to meet Scott and the rest of the Kuhn family.
Yeah, it's first mule deer hunt.
The only thing I know about hunting muleys is that we're probably going to be doing some crawling in the sand.
We finally roll into camp, and boy, does it feel good to be back, especially after missing last year.
Looking good. Hey, I'm Scott. This is Tuff. Nice to meet you.
I didn't get to help you this year.
Yeah, how you doing? Tuff, Travis.
So this is the other twin.
Gotcha.
So this is
Are you
twin.
okay?
Yeah.
I've heard so much about Scotty and the family, but it was nice to finally get to meet them in person.
That's why he's getting the Taj Mahal, buddy, because compared to back in the day.
Yeah, you told me you guys
remember the little camper?
Yeah.
Dang, that's what you guys stayed in? Seems like there's been an upgrade since then.
Well, you got the biggest whitetail right now. I mean, you're holding the crown there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I take bribes.
Man, if only it was that easy.
We catch up with everyone, we grab a bite to eat, unpack, and hit the sack because we know the next morning we gotta be ready to get up and go on Tuff's first ever mule deer hunt. After an awesome home-cooked breakfast, Tuff and I quickly double-checked the crossbow to make sure nothing got knocked off on the flight, and then we meet up with our guide Travis to go start our hunt.
Seeing anything?
A couple bucks out there. Quite a few does right now.
It's always crazy to think about back in the day here. You know, we've been coming here so long. When we first started coming, Scott's kids were little kids, you know, running around camp. We've literally watched these kids grow up. You know, we used to go to their high school football games and watch them play football. And here we are all these years later, and now they're guiding me and my son Tuff. It's nice to see things come full circle, especially with the younger generation.
4K, baby. So you can plug, take that bag, plug it right in, check it all out. We got some cool kill shots on that. Shot at mule deer in Wyoming at like 360 yards and was right on top of them with that thing and filmed it.
You know, there's certain trips where I really enjoy giving outfitters certain gear, and it depends on really the outfitter. And out here, you know, you've got so much open land, they really, really depend heavily on spotting scopes. So Tacticam came out with the Spotter LR. Like, I knew this was gonna be a toy that Travis was gonna love.
What do you think? How's she looking? See, pretty good.
Looks pretty cool, man.
Finally made it to Deer Meadows, Tuff. Yes. Chase some mule.
Now we see his head. Just looking over the little.
Where is he?
Straight above those trees, and you can just see his head and horns.
Yep. Yeah, just look down towards the left there. You'll see his head poked up.
Yeah, is he like sitting, is he like laying down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow. We're up close and personal.
Yeah, you can see it perfectly.
This Tacticam's incredible.
We'll walk on the back side of this, and then we'll cut back only a few hundred yards.
All right.
So it's maybe a mile walk.
All right, Tuff, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, let's go. I don't really understand all of what you said, but let's go. We're gonna walk tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I understood.
Trust me, I definitely heard that part.
What's the plan there, Trav? We're gonna show you been seeing a couple of good ones over here.
Yep, a couple shooter bucks. We're gonna walk up here to the lookout and just kind of look around. Right now there's not much wind, and we're gonna see what we can see.
Is there anybody?
Yeah.
So we're out there putting a bunch of miles on the old boots, which is pretty much what you do when you're out there mule deer hunting. You know, we're covering ground, and you know, Tuff's getting accustomed to what mule deer hunting's about, and a lot of times it's a lot of walking. When finally Travis looks at us and says he spots a couple of bucks.
Game plan. Update. Update.
Yeah, update. Yeah.
Spotted 2 bucks. A really long ways away.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a closer look. Stay tuned.
How far you think, bud?
Oh, they're at least a good mile. They're probably 2 or 3 miles at least from right here.
So we end up going 2 miles to get a better look at these bucks. We finally get in position, get glass on them, and they're small bucks. I mean, they're just not what we're looking for. But you know, when it comes to mule deer hunting, especially out there in Nebraska, that's just part of it. Sometimes you gotta put in the miles just to get close enough to see, you know, what you've got. And sometimes it's a shooter and sometimes it's not.
You walk 2 miles and look at this little buck. So what you thinking there, killer?
Well, it's 4:30. About less than, we got an hour and a half before sunset. We'll go to a lookout over here and see what we can see.
Sounds like a solid plan.
I think they're gonna come from right over here, so.
We ended up covering a ton of ground that day in the truck, but we never could just get on any shooters. And before we knew it, legal light was over. So it was time to head back to camp, get some dinner, and get some rest so we could get back after it tomorrow. First day down, and we saw a lot of deer, and I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'm definitely feeling confident that we'll at least get a crack at one for Tuff.
I saw a couple of those young bucks and those does, but I saw a bigger bodied deer that I could tell was a buck, and it was just before light, so.
Couldn't really tell what it was.
Good looking, mature body anyhow, when he was all by himself, so that's 2 good signs.
So we set off in the truck trying to get a closer look at this buck. Meanwhile, there was another hunter in camp, Justin, with his son Madden, and he was there trying to get Madden his first mule deer ever too. So, you know, when we're in camp, especially with, you know, parents and kids, we always try to give them cameras. You know, we love to see them try and get out there and film their hunt. So we had set Justin up with a nice little camera setup, and we were hoping that Madden would not only get his first mule deer ever, but that his dad would get it on film.
Yeah, Deer Meadows Outfitters. A great bunch of people. It's very well maintained in camp.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Go get us one.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
That's another thing about Deer Meadows is the guides.
The guides.
What a fantastic group of people.
A little while into their hunt, and the guide spots a potential shooter, and you can see Madden's face light up.
Right in the center of the screen. What do you think?
That's a big boy.
Ah, yes, the muley waiting game. John and I are definitely familiar with this, and it's time for the youngins to get a taste.
So things are looking promising for us. We've got a buck bedded down just over the hill, so now the plan is to get over there and try and set up for a shot.
I think he's like right there. I think that deer is.
So back over with Justin and Madden, they had followed this buck into a different hill range, and they were finally in a position to where they felt Madden could take a shot. Well, unfortunately that happens. You know, they put a good stalk on this buck, but when the smoke cleared, he shot a little high and it went right over that buck's back, and you know, that is not unusual. So back over with me and Tuff. So things are looking promising for us. We've got a buck just over the hill bedded down. So now the plan is to try and sneak over there and get set up.
See, it looks like maybe I gotta go after him.
Okay. All right, we get a shot.
So chills. Right here.
So after another little hike, we finally get set up to where we can see this deer. Travis gets glass on him and verifies that we have a shooter buck.
You set up right here, you can see everything you want.
That's perfect.
And then we're gonna try and we'll see if this works. It might not work. So we'll try and come around this side, slide over the top where that yucca's on that side hill, and slide down. It should be about 40 yards. Okay. We'll have to wait for him to stand up, and he'll have to turn or something because it'll be hard quarter away.
So the plan was for me and Travis to go off separately, while my dad stayed behind and filmed from a different angle.
Well, got Tuff buck up here. They're putting a big stalk on it. We can get it done.
So this is the infamous waiting game Mom and Dad always talked about. This buck gets up, but he's facing away from me and Travis. Then it just starts scratching its ear. When the buck does like a 180 and then sits right back down, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's not easy sitting there staring at a big old muley and just waiting and waiting. And then sometimes they go and do stuff like that.
The muley waiting game. There's nothing else quite like it.
Finally, this buck starts to get up again.
for more information.
Finally, this buck starts to get up again. And it's now or never. I'm not taking any chances.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He went down like that. As soon as I let it go, I was like, it felt like a good shot. He started moving, I was like, wait. Then you said he smoked him. I was like, oh, thank you. He didn't go far at all. Oh, man. 45 yards. Yeah.
It was definitely worth the crawl.
All right, let's go check out your buck. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. He's right there. Bring it far. Your first muley ever.
Well, that's a typical Schwacker tracking job.
It took me a while to actually see him because I had all the tall grass in my sight. So I couldn't see him, and then I just saw him staring right at me. I was like, oh. We get up close, and I put my hands on this buck, and man, he is just gorgeous.
Look, that's split. That's real rare. I've never seen. We've never killed one out here like with a split bra.
I don't know if you guys have yet.
We have.
Took 2 firsts today.
Big old muley, big old hoss.
Yeah,
he's heavy too, man.
Yeah, no, he's pretty heavy.
Heavy.
Dark antler.
Dark, got nice forks. Dude, that's an awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a nice muley, period. What's your first?
Yeah, no, he's super pretty. Glad it was him.
Yeah, he's got like whitetail eye guards.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, big old mature deer. Pretty deer. Look how pretty he is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the color.
Face white. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I didn't realize the ears are so big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he asked me to check and see if the ears were perched up, and I was like, okay. And then I saw like the bunny ears sticking up.
The old Schwacker.
Warm him up. There's all the evidence of that.
I've shot over 100 animals with these bad boys over here. Can't beat them. The original and the Blazer vein. Been shooting that combination for over a decade.
This is what gets you right here.
It's not too long, and I see Scott rolling up in his truck, and I know he's going to be happy to see this.
Congrats, that is awesome. Yeah.
That was much better than that.
Quartered hard to you.
Yeah, and then he just stood up and he just looked like
we got awesome stuff. I set up over there, so I was filming them up top.
You were doing a
I was
second
filming
angle?
the buck down there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got the buck getting around about 20 yards, and he was like, "What happened? I don't know."
He's like, I'm not feeling good.
Oh, he did. He did the big backflip, man. He was done. He's king of the house right now with whitetail, the biggest whitetail, and the biggest mule deer. Raven's gonna be fired up.
Yeah. Tuff just had a lucky year, that's all. Just wait.
All right, after seeing those pictures of Tuff's muley, I'm thinking I gotta add one to my bucket list.
So we get back to camp for a big old dinner, and of course it's time to sit around and celebrate and talk about all the stories from the day.
It's always such a great feeling as a mother when I see that one of my kids have tagged out. And I know this one was really special for Tuff because it's his first ever muley. It's definitely a trip he's gonna remember.
It's always such a great feeling to be headed home with a buck down, but this one felt a little bit better after putting in all the hard work and hiking and crawling we had to do. Not to mention, it was bigger than my sister's buck.
This is really the whole package when it comes to hunting. You get a great hunt, you get to spend time with friends that are even more like family. You get to really see these next generations getting involved, which is again where we're focusing Addicted. It's really where things come full circle, and this show is really a good example to show people kind of the culture and the heritage of hunting. So another great trip out at Deer Meadows. If you're looking for a cool place to mule deer hunt where you know you're gonna have a good time and you're probably gonna get a crack at something, you know, you gotta check out Deer Meadows.